Hello, welcome back to Columbus, Ohio. This is Rachel Miller with Color Splash. So I just did what I think is an awesome tile for my sister. And now I kind of want to make one for myself. I hope this is in frame. I feel like my camera is at such an angle. So I'm just going to pray that you guys are seeing this. Unless I mess it up, then I'll be glad you don't see it. I'm just starting with my basic kind of starfishy type wonky shape that I just made. Do like I say, not like I do. How about that? So I'm making, listen, I've never proposed or said I've been a good artist. I certainly feel like I am a terrible artist. I can barely draw a stick figure. So I apologize that my little starfish guy is so pathetic looking. But I am going to attempt to make him a little better. And the color paint I'm using right now is Payne's Gray by Amsterdam. And the reason I am not using Arteza today is because the Arteza uses so much more blue in their Payne's Gray. And my sister is looking for tones of gray and purple in these tiles that I'm making for her office. So I chose to go with the Amsterdam, which is decidedly more of a charcoal gray color. Next, I am going to put down some neutral gray, or no, is this neutral gray? No, sorry. Now I'm going to put down some neutral gray by Amsterdam. Sorry, I'm like fumbling all over the place. I'm so excited by how my last piece came out. I can hardly contain myself right now. So, and I wasn't expecting it either, because I have generally found that when I work with purples, the purples just completely swallow my piece whole. And that is not what happened. So I am super stoked right now and hoping to get a second one of these bad boys. Now I am using a custom shade, which is quite literally just the neutral gray mixed with a little Artist Loft white to lighten it. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, I probably need to take my time and slow down with this, but I'm just so excited. She really wants lots and lots of gray tones, so that's what I'm giving her. So now I am going to add a little bit of titanium buff, and unfortunately I ordered the wrong shade of titanium buff the other day, and I got a ginormous container of it too. I didn't realize I ordered $2.89. I meant to order $2.90 by Amsterdam. And so I've got a decidedly more beige titanium buff instead of khaki, which is kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. Gotta work with what I've got. It's here, so I'm gonna use it. And this color is a really beautiful pearl color by DecoArt. It's from their metallic line, and it's literally called Pearl, which is the perfect name for it. It's just a very translucent, iridescent pearl color. I wasn't sure how it would react with my pearl base, and so far it's done great. So I'm real happy with it. Now this is another custom color of mine. It is Dioxazine purple mixed with a little neutral gray and a little bit of Artist Loft white. And that is how I'm getting this really beautiful grayish purple color. I just felt like the Dioxazine purple was too severe on its own, so I had to sort of soften it down a little bit. And then this is just a slightly darker shade, same basic colors involved, Dioxazine purple, neutral gray, and Artist Loft white. Obviously I added a lot less Artist Loft white, but I did add about the same amount of the neutral gray color. And I want you guys, I want the purple to be seen in this tile, but I don't want it to be the main story of the tile, I guess. So next I am going to put down a little bit of this silver color by Arteza. Really cool color. Very translucent, so I don't know how much of it will be seen, but we'll hope for the best. This tile is kind of going wonky because nothing is level in this house. Okay, I need to work faster or I'm gonna lose everything. Then I'm gonna go with just a little bit more of the Payne's gray. And I'm basically gonna repeat all my grays now. A little bit more of this neutral gray. Come on, these paints are really thick today. And then a little bit of this lighter gray. Come on, paint, it's so heavy. And then I'm gonna put in a little bit more of this lighter purple color. And then lastly, I'm gonna add just a couple of dots of my iridescent pearl color to the tips. I'm not sure what will happen, but we will find out. Now my cell activator. Wait, let me tilt this tile one more time. It is definitely running to the left on me. Okay, I better hurry it up. So I'm just gonna float a big center of cell activator on here. And it's best if you don't get color trapped in the center of this stuff, like I just did. You want as solid a pool of cell activator as you can get. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. And that should be plenty to blow out, because I'm gonna blow this out across the entire tile, which is why I take and put down such a good amount of this stuff. So I'm gonna grab my blow dryer and on the low cool setting, let's see if I can angle this out a little bit. Okay. Oh, this is pretty. All right. Let me just scrape the edges really quick. And I know this looks very dark at the moment, but give it a chance. That pearl base underneath is gonna come screaming through. You can already see it coming up on the corners, and it is going to continue to do this over the next 10 minutes or so. It is going to eat its way through this paint, something fierce. So now I'm just gonna grab a handy dandy skewer and a clean paper towel, clean-ish paper towel. And I'm gonna start dipping my skewer into the pool of black cell activator and scratching on the bottom of my tile. Now I'm not adding any silicone, putting any added chemicals onto my skewer. I am just simply dipping it through this pool of cell activator and scratching on the tile. And what that's doing is it is creating a little passageway for the paint underneath to pop up through and create pearl cells. It's a really fun, easy way to make big, juicy pearl cells and control exactly where they're going to live. I kind of discovered this by accident. One day I gouged a palette knife into the center of one of my black hole pieces and was like, oh no, I've ruined it. And then to my surprise, I had gobs of pearl cells pop up. And then it dawned on me, I just broke the surface tension. And so I immediately grabbed a toothpick and started going to town on it and wound up with one of the prettiest pieces. And so from that day forward, I've sort of created this technique. I shouldn't say from that day forward. It's probably been less than 2 weeks since this has happened. But in that time, I've created probably 25 more pieces using this sort of technique. And they're just so easy to do, so fun, and look spectacular. And in the end, that's what really matters, right? I mean, super fun, super pretty. Can't ask for anything more than that. So I'm just kind of going around and around. Now, I give it about 10-15 seconds after I scratch, and if a pearl cell hasn't developed, then I go back to that area and hit it again. As you get closer and closer to the center, you'll find the cell activator gets thicker and thicker. So what I do is I take the back side of a skewer and dip that instead, because it has a much greater surface area and can create a much bigger pathway. Plus it removes some of the excess cell activator. The only problem with this method is it, because of its size, it can really interfere with the pearl cells around it. So I ideally start with the tip side, and then as I need to, I'll flip it over and go to the back side. I can actually feel the paint under there. Here it comes. This is another cool tile. And as you can see, the pearl paint is just eating straight through the colored paints, creating this beautiful, beautiful composition. Oh, I got some twin pearl cells. I'm probably gonna stop. My little pearls are getting smaller and smaller, so that is a pretty big clue that you've hit the end of the road as far as bringing up more pearls. Sorry, my brain froze up on me there for a second. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty, y'all. Let me take you in for a closer look. If I can get you out. Oh my gosh. Here, let me zoom out a little bit. Is this not gorgeous, or is this not gorgeous? Look at these spectacular cells. Holy moly. It's like, oh, scrumptious. I love it. That's a very odd word to use. Sorry, I'm in a goofy mood today. I don't know what's going on with me, but I think I'm just so excited over my last tile. I'm a little bit giddy. This is really cute too. I like this one a lot. I still think I like the first one better, but this is definitely a really pretty piece. Ooh, I love it like this. This is the composition right here. It almost looks like paint is exploding out of that black hole. Oh, that's cool. I love this. Look at how gorgeous these pearl cells are. I mean, the purple halos on them are outrageous. Just outrageous. And yes, you can definitely size this up. The reason I don't is because I'm in a very unlevel house, and when I do these on regular canvases, they tend to slide right off the canvas as they dry because my home is slopes. Even when I put down, you know, any sort of shim, it's very hard to counter the fact that I've got a 100-year-old house that slants in one direction very heavily. I'm to the point where I want to hire someone to build me like a platform for a table that counters the slant in my floor so that I can work on bigger pieces. Now, if I go to someone else's home, I'm able to size this up, no problem. But it is more expensive because the satin enamel paint by DecoArt that I use is quite pricey. And I mix that with the Artist Loft soft body, 50/50, and add some Floetrol. And it just gives me phenomenal results, as you can see. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I've had a great time painting today. I've made a couple of beautiful tiles for my sister, so I know she's gonna be happy, which makes me super happy. If you enjoyed watching, please click like and subscribe. Your support means so much to me. And as always, happy painting, y'all. Bye.